What it is? This is your boy A Space coming at you with another spotlight fight. One, two, three. And tonight in the spotlight, fights we need in 2022. Let's get into it right now. And happy New Year to everyone. And with this new year, are we going to see the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight? That is the question on everybody's mind. These men have been yapping back and forth. Terrence Crawford says it's his, Errol Spence's fault why they can't make the fight. I mean, just the back and forth between these gentlemen for the years that I've been seeing them go back and forth has been ridiculous. Now, 2022, God has provided us this year to make the fight happen. And yes, after Terrence Crawford defeated Sean Porter, almost knocking him out, if it wasn't for Kenny Porter saving Sean Porter from that knockout, which was going to come because Crawford is one of the deadliest finishers in the game today. And they asked him what's next for Terrence Crawford after Porter and the decision to leave Top Rank. Now the decision to leave Top Rank is big because Errol Spence always said you can't cross the street, you need to cross the street, and he tried to get that Pacquiao fight. Errol Spence, but his Torretina prohibited him to fight, so he pulled out of that fight. Ugas won the bout. Now he's looking for a fight with Ugas, and a lot of people are saying he is damaged goods. He is a damaged fighter after that crazy car crash that he had. You guys, if you didn't see it, it was, I don't even know how he survived, but the WBO approves the unification between Errol Spence and Ugas. So between this time, who can Crawford fight? Well, we got Boots Ennis in the building. I would like to see Crawford fight Jerome Boots Ennis. That'll be a great fight to wait for the unification. But the next one I want to see, drum roll please. Yeah, I want to see George Kambosos Jr. versus Vasily Lomachenko. George Kambosos Jr. with the biggest upset of 2021, dethroning the king at lightweight, which was Teofimo. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Shakur Stevenson gave him props, and they were asking him to get in the ring with them. But the one that has been pushing up the ladder and climbing up the ladder has been Vasily Lomachenko. He has been dominating the lightweight. I mean, he's going up against top contenders in order to get, well, at the time, to get to a Teofimo Lopez fight. But now Campos is the man to beat. And as you see Lomachenko putting in work on Comey's a great fighter, but wow, the power that he generates from these hooks and these uppercuts is amazing. They have him doing the stanker leg. Dude, he asked this corner, come on, you're not going to stop this, ref. You ain't going to stop this. I'm about to kill this, man. Great fighter, great combinations, knows how to throw, and likes staying in the pocket. You know, Lomachenko is not scared to exchange with any fighters. So I feel like that's a great thing for Kambosos because as you can see here, Lopez was in no shape and not ready for this fight. He should have probably pulled out. His weight has been bothering him for a long time, and honestly, George Kambosos took complete advantage of it. That was the first round. He put a whooping on him. Now he's the king of the lightweight division, so I would like to see Lomachenko versus him. The next one, yeah, drum roll. Yes, I want to see Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury. Not even a unification. Not even undisputed at heavyweight. I need to see undisputed. Man, I hope that fight happens. As you know, Usyk dethroned Joshua for all the a couple of heavyweight belts. I think the only one he doesn't have is the WBC belt that Tyson Fury has. And man, what a fight that was. He just outclassed Joshua. The thing that bothered me the most is that Joshua's corner was like, "You're doing great, mate. You're doing great," when he wasn't. And the fight we were supposed to see was Tyson Fury versus Joshua before then for undisputed, but it didn't end up happening because we, of course, had to see the Wilder versus Fury 3. A lot of people did not want this fight, me included. I wanted to see undisputed at heavyweight, but um, Wilder went in there, tried his best, and got knocked out, as you see in this photo. got done up by Fury as he did in the first two fights, you know. But the rematch is on between Usyk and Joshua. So where does that leave Fury? Who can Fury fight? And we all thought that Fury was going to be fighting. Look at that photo bomb. We all thought that we all thought that Fury was going to be fighting Dillian White, but it seems like he is might not go that route and decide to fight someone else in a Ruiz, you know? So these are fights that I do not want to see. I want to see undisputed at heavyweight. But let's continue on. And we got Canelo versus who? Any fucking body. Yes, I am tired of people trying to say he needs to be at super middleweight. He needs to be at cruiserweight. He can't be doing this. He can't leave the man alone. He went in 11 months, went undisputed at 168 pounds, which there were champions there. There was plenty of time for them to unify or someone to get close to that. All of them were standing still. He came through, just took everything from everyone. And a lot of people hate that. They hate that when they see someone else doing better. There's plenty of fighters who can do and make their own legacy, but they decide not to. They decide to wait for the big payday. But I don't care who he fights. I mean, he was very even surprised that Eddie Reynoso wants him to move up to cruiserweight. But he is down. He puts all his faith in Eddie Reynoso. I feel like they're the dynamic duo of boxing. He's going to continue to be the king as long as he takes his challenges. And even with Joe Smith Jr., he was open for a fight on Cinco de Mayo for his WBO champion at 175. Like there's plenty of options for Canelo. So I'm tired of hearing people say that he won't fight Boo Boo Andre. Yes, he'll fight him. It doesn't matter, but he thinks he's a horrible fighter. Another one that gets brought up a lot is Benavidez. Why hasn't he fought Benavidez? Some people want to see the Triple G trilogy, which I'm like, why? Why do we need to see that? Triple G's almost 40, I believe. He's close to being 40, you know, and this is what he has a Cinco de Mayo date coming up. I don't know who he's going to pick or even if he's going to be at cruiserweight, but whoever he does, let the man do his thing. And for the last one that I didn't even want to put on the list, but I had to. It was just something I had to do. Is Jake Paul versus a real boxer. I know Jake Paul has been, you know, he was in the sport as first as a joke, it seemed like, but then he was one of the only YouTubers who took it serious, started getting more fights with MMA people, but I would like to see him in the ring with an actual boxer. As you see in this clip, he just sent him to the Shadow Realm. Whoa, what a knockout. His power is real. That right hand that he throws is real. Why? Because it landed and it puts men to sleep. Willie is not a walk in the park. And shout out to my homie Marco for shooting me the video. What a knockout. He was even surprised. Once he seen him go limp, he's like, what the, did I just do that? He was surprised how fast he knocked out because Willie's a tough competitor. But like you said, the UFC and the boxing is way different. Both of those rings are way different, you know, and both of those trainings are way different. And we got Jake Paul versus Cesar Chavez Jr. That would be a good fight. We all know Cesar Chavez Jr. has been a boxer who had high hopes and didn't go the route that his father went. And you know, you got another one, Anderson Silva, who beat Cesar Chavez Jr., but is also an MMA guy. So is he really fighting in boxing against an MMA guy still? So I feel as long as he goes up against a boxer, it'll be all good. I just want to see him go up against actual boxers and the tough competition in that sense. So shout out to everyone. I mean, I do this all in one take, one kill. What's the deal? I do all of this. So I want to thank everybody. I try to edit on the go as well. Thank everybody for all the subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm almost to 100, and I'm gonna continue to grow my channel. I'm gonna try to go live this year more. And let me know what fights do you want to see. You know, I put up a lot of fights that I seen. Shout out to a lot of people who are already putting out their videos of who they want to see in 2022. But there's so many great boxers. I just want people. I just want fighters to take the opportunity to be great and not wait for a Canelo. It seems like all the weights, you know, at from middle and up are waiting for a Canelo fight, and I just don't see why that's happening. And I hope that the lightweight division continues to grow and get better. I know Tiafimo is going to 140. So we'll see what talent, we'll see if Ryan Garcia even comes out the woodwork this year or if he takes another year off. There's so much to look forward to this year. I'm very excited, and I hope you are too. Keep the sport alive. Keep boxing alive. Much love to everybody, and thank you, like I said, for all the support. I'm a small channel. I'm still growing, but I'm always trying to stay on top of things. Boxing especially. I love the sport. Always loved it, and I hope that you guys enjoy these videos because I put my time into it, and I hope to interact more with the people who watch my videos this year. So if you can, drop a comment. Love to hear from you. And shout out to my C57 crew, CG crew, my girl, my kids, my sisters, everybody who's listening to me out there. Big shout out to you. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.